What's up, guys? So today I had a coaching call with somebody in our 6-week boot camp, and the call was so valuable I wanted to share it with you. I'm going to talk about breaking down your numbers for each marketing source that you have. So whether it's Google AdWords, direct mail, you're handing out door hangers by hand, BNIs, it doesn't matter. You need to be breaking every marketing source down just like this. I'm going to teach you how to do it. So today, me and him were breaking down his Google AdWords. So I said, we're going to do this over a 30-day basis. So over the last 30 days, how many leads did AdWords produce you? And he said 12. Now, forgive me, my math might be off a couple bucks here. I'm doing this off of memory. So I said, okay, cool, 12 leads. How much did we spend over the last 30 days on AdWords? And I believe it was somewhere around like 410 bucks. So I said, okay, perfect. So then we broke that down. We said if we spent $410 and that $410 produced us 12 leads, that comes right around 35 bucks a lead. Okay, so for every lead that he's getting on average, he's paying $35, whether that's a phone call, a website submission, it doesn't matter. So these numbers here are powerful, they're good to know, but we're gonna break it down even further. So the next thing we talked about is his average order value. So I said, what is your average order value? And he owns a fencing business. And so his average fence, and this is based on all of his jobs combined, is about 5,500 bucks. Okay, so he's got a pretty high average order value. I know a lot of guys that listen to this, they do pressure washing, they do carpet cleaning, lawn care. Your average order value might be lower, but your cost per lead will also be much lower, or it should be. Now, cost per job. So how do we do this? Well, I said, okay, we have to figure out what your cost per job is. But before we can figure out what your cost per job is, I need to know what is your closing rate on these 12 leads here. So if you're running 12 estimates, out of those 12 estimates, how many are you closing? And he said, I'm closing about 30% of them. And so if he's closing 30% of his jobs, we know that he's closing roughly 3.5 jobs out of the 12. And so if he's closing 3.5 jobs out of the 12, that's 30%. And so cost per job. So what does it cost him on average to acquire a customer out of these 12 leads for $410 of total ad spend? And it came out to somewhere around 120 bucks. Okay, so he is spending $120 to get a real life customer who's paying him $5,500. Now, this 5,500 number sounds exciting, but it's only exciting if he has good margin, right? If it cost him $5,500 in labor and material, then he's not making any money. This number's irrelevant. But if he has good margin, so far this recipe's looking pretty good, isn't it? And so I said, next, what is your profit margin on average per job? He said 60%, which means that he's making about $3,300 per job. And so next I said, now let's break that down. We know that you're profiting roughly $3,300, which is about 60% of 5,500. Great margins, by the way. This is looking like a home run marketing plan, okay? Now, what does that break down that you're spending on marketing per job? And it's about 3.5% per job. So 3.5% of every job he gets is spent on acquiring that customer. And so now we can say you're spending $410 a month, right? You're getting on average 12 leads a month. You're closing 3.5 of those. Your average order value is 5,500 bucks, but you're actually walking away with 3,300 when you job cost the whole job. It's costing you $120 to acquire that customer. Your profit margin is at 60%, and it's costing you 3.5% on the marketing to actually acquire that customer. Home run. So why in the heck are we only spending $410 a month? Right? So what we have done with this coaching client is we're going to bump this up to $1,000 a month. And then we're going to reevaluate after 30 days. And if we bump this up to $1,000 a month, this 12 leads should turn into somewhere between 25 and 30. And now we get to see, does this turn into 25 and 30? Does my cost per lead stay similar to that $35 or does it go up? Does my cost per job stay close to that $120 or does it go up? The profit margin will stay the same. The AOV will stay the same. And then obviously, If these numbers stay similar, that number is going to stay similar. And so this is a home run. And so what we will do is we will continue to scale this total ad spend on a monthly basis until our numbers either become unrealistic, where we're spending too much to acquire a customer, right? Or for the Google AdWords side of it, we simply can't spend more because we've outspent the market. And in that case, we can then decide, do we want to go into a new market or not? And so you should be breaking your marketing numbers down on every single marketing source you have, direct mail, AdWords, Facebook ads, I don't care what it is, just like this, because what we realize is, holy crap, this is a home run marketing source. I need to be spending as much money on this as humanly possible every single month, as long as my numbers hold, because I am killing the game with Google AdWords. And now he has the confidence, because he now knows his numbers, he has the confidence to go and spend more money and not be afraid. The reason most people are afraid to spend money on marketing is because they don't know their numbers, they don't know the return, they don't know anything that we just talked about, and so of course it's going to be scary. So I just wanted to break this down for you guys today. I hope this is a valuable video, because I'm telling you, if you do this in your business, you're going to realize that some of the marketing you're doing isn't worth doing, and some of the marketing you are doing is worth doing more of. And this is how we get very clear on our marketing plan and how we scale while we're still profitable, okay? The good news is, even if his cost per lead doubles, triples, this is still a home run marketing plan. His numbers on this are so good that it is still a home run marketing plan, even if his cost per leads triple, right? Because he has great margin, great AOV. It's a home run. And so I hope this makes sense to you guys. This is not something you can skip out on. This is not something you can ignore. If you are not doing this, then you are literally shooting in the dark with your marketing. So get on it, whiteboard it out, put it in a notepad, whatever you have to do, put it on an Excel spreadsheet, keep track of the stuff on a monthly basis. You start to do that, it's going to change your business.